Looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Oh right, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm rolling in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crooks and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Oh, welcome, you nuts. How are you doing this evening, man? Oh, man, what a crazy, crazy day. Yes, Max, yes, Bruce got caught red-handed, lying his butt off, as usual. What, did you think it was going to be any different? I mean, this is what happens whenever you have to hit the pipe every so often. You just start getting a little frisky, you know? And, hey, you gotta pay the man. Don't don't be mad at the pusher man. I'm telling you, thanks, Max. I appreciate you. Yeah, don't be mad at the pusher man. Can't hear me? Is my volume really low? There is that possibility. Let me see if I can bring that up. Low sound. All right, give me a second. I'll get that fixed. And let me make my audio better. Man, that is really low. Let me see what's going on. Ah, there we go. Let's see if that doesn't fix it just a little bit. No, that's still really low. What the hell is going on with my audio? Why is it so low? It shouldn't be so damn low. It's crazy. Da, da, da. Is that a little better? That's really loud, I think, now. Probably have a whole bunch of static. That's weird. Let me bring that volume down just a little bit right there, somewhere around in there. That should be better. Yeah, getting feedback. It's loud, better. All right, I'm bringing the volume down just a little bit, just a little more. Let me turn that on right there. That might help the volume or bring it back to a reasonable amount. All right. See if that mellows it out just a little bit. Better in your end. Yeah. Fox Raid. Welcome, Fox Raiders. Yes, indeed. It's gonna be a hot mic tonight, I have a feeling. Oh yeah. We like it. Awesome. Awesome. Yes. Welcome, Tug, Megan, Fox Raiders, all you wonderful, fine folks. It is crazy as all get out. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make it feel good. Is it Fox Mother or is it the Fox Dawn? Fox Dawn. I love it. Hey, Fallen Hero, thank you so much for the 99-cent super sticker. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll get fired up here in just a little bit because I do have to give a big shout out to Tug because we we were looking at this Luthman stuff, and oh my gosh, I mean, I could talk about this for months on end because there's just so much there to dig into. So kudos on Tug, and I mean, we just were scraping the surface of it, and tonight there will be just a little more scraping of the surface. That's all you're going to get out of it, because at some point I'm probably going to have a good conversation with Tug. We're going to have to set something up that really exposes the kind of person that this guy is. And I'm going to give you a little taste of it tonight, just a small taste. I have my favorite fox mother of mother foxes. Well, I have my favorites. Whenever I see one come in from you, there's only one way to do it. You are awesome by all get outs, and of course, you deserve a green foot just riding right across there. Look at that. Walking across my head. Oh, yes, I got the feetsies. I got the feetsies. Thank you so much. I have my favorites. That is wonderful. Thank you so much. Oh, awesome. Much love to you and all here. Been a member for 5 months, and oh, yeah, here you go. Every single day. 'Cause everybody sucks, you see. Thank you so much, Audrey Little, for being a member here for 5 months. My gosh, it seems like just yesterday, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, yes. That's awesome. I did read your comment before the raid. Oh, yeah, welcome everybody. Mug and Tug raid. Yes, I definitely give a shout out to oh my gosh, Wanda Perez has been a member here for 7 months. Thank you. Yeah, every single day. Hey, Wanda. 'Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Love your blues, jazz, and country songs. Sweetheart, I've got all kinds of music, not just that. And welcome, always, Lily Smith. Thank you for being a member here for 3 months. Oh, yes. I love seeing return customers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done it. It helps them say, hey, this guy is somebody or something, or he's doing something that might be completely inappropriate, which is usually most of the time I'm doing something completely inappropriate. But that's sort of how it goes. You cannot hear the song. Oh, that's not good. Let me see if I can fix that. See, it should be showing something completely different. I don't know why in my everything's been acting really funky. Let's see if I can bring this up. All right. That might have fixed some of the issues. And this is for all you guys because you hit those. Yeah, no song. Well, let's do this. Let's do this. perfect here. Here it comes.
Welcome to the shit show.
Now you should be able to hear
Every
it.
single day.
Oh, yeah.
A new flavor of fuckery.
Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks.
Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, we'll have it all over again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. that should have gotten dumber than a bag of rocks. Yes. It's actually not a bag of rocks. It is something a little lower. Sing along. Hey, Megan Fox. Oh my gosh. Oh, you have to stick around for later because do I have a nice letter for old Bubbles there. It's gonna be oh, so sweet. And I do have one for the Luthman too. Yeah, old Paint Chips is going to get it hit. Where can you download that song? Well, that all you have to do is Welcome to the Shit Show. It is a song. You can find it on YouTube. I can't remember the name of the group, but there's somebody out here that already knows it. And you can too listen to that one. And what I give you is the full length of it. More like a box of broken hammers. Oh my gosh. Well, let's and like I said, big shout out to Doug on this because he was one that really dug into this one. And oh my gosh, great to hear your dulcet tones. You are a fun personified. Well,
welcome to the shit show.
Every single day. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, Sassy J in the UK. I like the sassy ones, especially those fine English ladies. They tend to have a little bit of spice to them. You know, they just need that spice. Thank you so much, Sassy J. I appreciate it. Shake it to deprived. Wow, I'll have to listen before I go to bed. Oh well, you might be a little bit deprived, but it's okay. The Dear John was so like, mind the menthol, Megan. All right, let's get to this again. Thanks, Tug, for this. And like I said, at some point, Tug and I will be able to sit down and maybe show you quite a bit more. But this is just a little bit. Oh, S Shine. Oh, yes, she wants a star. She wants to get it. Nice. Hard right there. Give her a star. You've got a star right there. Right there. There's your star there. Welcome, Shine. I appreciate you. You always, of course, you get a star. You know, members, everything gets a star. Everyone gets a star. AJ's World, I don't blame you. I didn't know they could break it and needle off in someone. Well, let's just show you this right here. After the Fox Tug smoke, I'm positively glowing. Well, rat's ass, you don't have to worry about it.
Squeeze my heart.
What happened? Who did that? Who said that? Don't do that. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Don't squeeze it too hard. You might break it. If you squeeze it too hard. There you go. That's for you. Thank you so much. And Sassy J in the UK gave it 20 spot. Dang, girl. You know, that right there is beautiful. And you get a foot. You get a whole foot, sweetheart. Yes, I'm telling you. We like those UK ladies. They know how to make you cry. There we go. We are walking right now. Right there, walking. You look at that. That is a little footstep for you. One small step for man, one big step. One big step for me. And Kirby getting a star also. Well, there you go. You got a star. Everybody gets a star. Make it ring, baby. Make it rain. Appreciate you. Right there. Got you a star. Thank you so much. Can I get a black hole? I mean, if that's what you want, I can't really stick those on my helmet because it would dilute all of time and space, and I would become something more than I'm not, which is, you know, like a superstar. Superstar. I'd be special. And I would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate you. But no, you get a
squeeze my heart.
There you go. Thank you so much. You're here for tonight's letters. I don't care if it's late here. I'm going nowhere later. Well, let's dig into Paint Chips a little bit. Let's just show a little bit about this guy, just so you get an idea. You've got nastiness on the left of him, nastiness on the right. I mean, those are mom's plastic seat covers that you put over there to make sure that your sweaty body doesn't get all over it. You know, it's like this. I think this is his walker right here. I don't know. I mean, it could be anything. But let's see what he has to say.
Well, today we were in court, and the motion that we made to dismiss the case was denied, and their motion to amend went forward. And so there's another case that I had filed, which asked the court for trial by combat, and we're going to pursue that case, and we're going to bring the cases together. There's actually 3 cases involved, one with an insurance carrier, and then 2 claims, one me against them, one them against me. I think this whole thing can be resolved in a matter of minutes if we have.
I think it could be resolved in a matter of minutes, just minutes away. What, are you going to flash your man boobs at us? I don't know. What are you doing?
Have a trial by combat or a judicially sanctioned duel, which I believe is available under Section 14 of Article 1 of the state constitution. I think that insurance costs are out of control, and I think I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. And I think a lot of businesses
I'm not going to take it anymore.
I've been harmed in my reputation by these people. I've been harmed in my business. They've made allegations that rise to the criminal, and I'm not going to take it, and I'm not going to go down without a fight.
Oh, yeah. You want to see how he doesn't go down without a fight? You want to know what kind of person that he really is? Ooh. Yeah. You want to see what kind of person he really is? Moves. Well, here you go. We're going to show you what kind of person he is.
In 2014, attorney Richard Luthman was sued in state Supreme Court for allegedly helping a client fraudulently transfer assets. Luthman then proposed to resolve the lawsuit with trial by combat, which he claims has never been outlawed in the state of New York. A justice denied the request this week, but Luthman plans to appeal. How do you feel about your request for trial by combat being denied?
Well, I was hoping it would happen, but unfortunately they pushed me over and I just sort of like tripped over my own shoelaces. That's why I wear Velcro shoes now. He looks like he hatched. Or he's about to hatch, one of the two. I didn't think he was in Twisted Sister.
Well, I think that it was...
Well, I think that it was special and I was so tough.
Very positive decision, something I said all along, that the law recognizes trial by combat. Justice Minardo, in his decision, basically didn't say that the power of a Supreme Court justice, an elected Supreme Court justice, to
It would be like watching a turtle on its back. I do have a video of that, just so you know. It's pretty funny. I'll have to show it.
grant trial by combat does not fall within the purview of the judiciary, the elected judiciary in the state of New York. I think the judge should have granted the trial by combat, and I'm going to make an application to the court to re-argue on that point. And I believe that the other side, they don't want to fight me, so I think that I win. That's what I think, that when the other side doesn't want to show up to battle, I win. I threw down the gauntlet. They don't want to pick it up, and then I win.
What weapon would be your weapon of choice if you were to fight?
Well, if we're going to do this real Game of Thrones style, it would have to be the Warhammer of Robert Baratheon. That's, I think, the only thing I could feel good about going in with, because Robert Baratheon in the books and
So he wants to LARP? He must be a professional LARPer. That's got to be what it is. How many paint chips do you have to eat to get this smart? Come on, you. May the power of Thor be bestowed upon you for just that funny. Oh, I'm telling you, you could eat enough paint chips to kill an entire army. But it still would make you smarter than this guy. Oh my God. Oh,
and in the series, and now I think in the prequel that they're going to be making, it was really one of the real badass characters.
And I see in your office you have several options if you were to go into battle. Do you want to show us some of the things that you got here? What do you call this?
We practice all day long with our weapons. We do our training. We have our hammer.
okay. You got a plastic hammer. Trial by combat with a plastic hammer. Have you seen his pert walk? Oh yeah, I've got that too. It's coming.
Here, I think there's the Thor's hammer, so it's not a Warhammer. Warhammer would be a lot bigger. We have this, and we have our little swords and shields and all sorts of fun things that we play with during the day. If, between doing legal work and taking phone calls, sometimes you have to train. There's also been a lot of people out there that want to actually be my champion. One is an MMA guy from Canada, Stark from the North, wanted to come defend me. Another friend of mine is an Olympic fencer, Durkin Fencing Academy, Pat Durkin. He said, "Look, whatever you want to do. If you want to go and train with the swords, I'll train you. If you want me to come out there, maybe if they're going to do a sword fight, who's better than an Olympic fencer to come in and do that?" So, and there are other people as well. So I have to see. I have to wait and see.
Yeah, he really had to wait and see, didn't he? I did find what that would end up looking like. You want to see what it looks like? Here we go. It looks a little bit like this.
You couldn't imagine what happened next. And if you did imagine that, please seek help.
I wish you could buy alphabet soup in the Arabic language. Then I could spell all the Star Wars words I want.
That's right. You have to extract the nerd early on.
On your marks, get set, go! Oh, cut the shit, numbnuts! Bunch of numbnuts!
That's actually the Jonas Brothers.
Do you want to see the turtle on its back? Well, you're about to get your turtle on its back. I don't know, I'm losing brain cells from watching him. By the power of Thor, you will have all brain cells returned to you just very shortly. Not at this moment, because we're going to waste some more of your brain cells. because we found what the fight would look like. I'm telling you, this is what the fight would look like.
Step aside, dudes! Time for a shell spin! Turtle power! hey, dudes! Little help here! Leo? Little help!
3 hours later.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to do it. You know me. I can't focus on any one thing. Yeah. Sorry. I'm so bad. I can't help it. Some days I just feel like being really bad. So this is the kind of crap that he pulls.
Me, when I'm dead and gone, and by my grave you stand. You just say, God called home. You're wandering, you're rambling, man.
Diana, you're chasing a story. You went to see a man about a horse. What do you got?
This bow tie wearing Staten Island lawyer is taking a stand for the Cowboys.
I like fighting for.
He looks really sweaty. Look at this picture. All right, I'm just saying that he looks really sweaty.
I like fighting for the underdog in a lot of cases.
Taking a stand.
Look at how sweaty he is. I mean, come on. He just, like, the whole side of his face is just sheer sweat. I mean, I guess whenever you have a bodysuit on like that, from eating like small woodland creatures, cute, furry woodland creatures, you're just going to be dripping in sweat. That mustache looks fake.
And for the Cowboys.
I like fighting for the underdog in a lot of cases, and he's the definite underdog. I just didn't think he was being treated fairly.
This is why we're sitting in traffic on the Outer Crossing. I stood him up enough.
What could they do to you? Gonna lock you up? They're gonna lock you up.
They didn't know what the heck to do.
I know.
Richard Luthman is defending Todd Doc Mishler, the cowboy made famous for this.
Pedestrians, bicycles, and horses are not generally allowed on major roadways. There's a reason for that. Because bad things happen to them. Yeah. I think he likes eating the underdog. Well, that's probably true. I don't know. It could be true. You never know. But of course, him being the brainiac that he is. No, Richard Luthman, an attorney licensed by the state of New York, was sentenced today by United States District Judge Jack B. Weinstein to 4 years imprisonment for his convictions on 1 count of wire fraud conspiracy and 1 count of extortion conspiracy. Luthman was also ordered to pay $500,000 in restitution and $130,000 in forfeiture. Luthman pleaded guilty to the charges on March 18th, 2019. Richard P. Donahue, United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, William F. Swinney, Jr. Assistant Director in charge, Federal Bureau of Investigation, New York Field Office, and Jonathan Carson, Special Agent in charge, U.S. Department of Commerce, Bureau of Industry and Security, Office of Export Enforcement, New York Field Office, announced the sentence. With today's sentence, Paint Chips has been held accountable for using his law practice as a launching pad for his schemes to defraud businesses in the United States and abroad, and to extort a former client, all for the purpose of lining his fat little pockets, stated United States Attorney Donahue. Mr. Donahue extended his appreciation to the Department of Homeland Security Investigations, to New York City Police Department, Social Security Administration for the assistance in the investigation. Our legal system works because everyone believes attorneys are going to be honest brokers of justice. Well, Paint Chip's actions, defrauding, extorting his victims, chip away at the foundations of that system. It cannot be tolerated, stated FBI Assistant Director in charge Swinney. The FBI New York Joint and Organized Crime Task Force did an outstanding job. Yes, they did. Mr. Paint Chips defrauding and extorting his victims. The successful prosecution is a result of outstanding collaborative efforts by the Office of Export Enforcement, the FBI, the Justice Department, and of our other law enforcement partners, stated Department of Commerce Special Agent in charge Carson. Engaging in export fraud scams, falsifying export records are matters we take seriously. We will continue to pursue violators who jeopardize fair and secure trade. Well, in the summer of 2015, Paint Chips and his co-conspirators formed multiple shell companies, sound familiar, ostensibly to sell scrap metal and recycled products to U.S. and foreign customers. Rather than conducting legitimate scrap metal businesses, the conspirators deceived customers by contracting to sell them garbage, scrap metal, receiving payment on their orders, and then intentionally failing to make delivery of the material after an aggrieved customer, Chinaman, to report Luthman and his co-conspirators to the police. The conspirators changed tactics and began shipping worthless filler materials, including concrete, road barriers, to customers who contracted to buy valuable copper and other scrap metal. In the course of a few months in 2015, Paint Chips and his co-conspirators made more than $500,000 in fraudulent sales. In an effort to conceal the fraudulent scheme, Paint Chips, he registered the shell companies in New York Department of State, recruited a client of his law practice who was blind and living on public assistance to be the nominal president of one of the shell companies, and directed payments from the fraudulent sales through his law firm's accounts. Well, Paint Chips and his co-conspirators then split the fraud proceeds at Paint Chips' law office. Well, in 2016, Paint Chips and his co-conspirators began an extortion scheme directed at one of his former clients who had participated in the scrap metal fraud. Well, Paint Chips invited the former client to meet his law office in Staten Island, ostensibly to sign legal paperwork. Well, Paint Chips wasn't present when the former client arrived, but two of his co-conspirators were. One of them threatened the former client with what appeared to be a handgun and demanded the $10,000 owed. Well, the government's case is being handled by the Office of Organized Crime and Gang Section, and James P. McDonald is in charge of that there prosecution. Yeah. Do you think it ends there? Oh no, we have all the details on that. We have all the details on that. Because it gets deeper than that. Do you want to know what he did while he was still in trouble with the law? Oh yeah. Let me hit a couple of these super chats and I will explain to you what old Paint Chips decided to do, because it got much, much more interesting after that. Oh yeah. Let me see. I hate losing breeze. And it's right here. He likes fighting for the underdog. Well, you know what there, Max? It's more than the underdog. But I saw somebody put in that nice little chat. They said something along the lines of Paint Chip likes backing up the underdog only so he can eat them. He was eating the entire Sherwin-Williams store and not a chip in sight. Oh, speaking of which, oh man, my wife has got such a busy week this week. Oh, Lord Almighty. I'm going to be seeing a lot of you guys this week because, believe it or not, she is going to be out and about. She has things to do. Valor News, thank you so much. Hey, Shizzy, you've been a member for, oh my gosh, I've got to get this for both of you guys, both Christine and for Valor News.
Welcome to
the entire show. And hey, Shizzy, glad you escaped the animatorial protection. My voice is black. No, it's just back. Yes, it is. Thank you so much, Val. I appreciate you.
Tuesday,
Wednesday. Welcome.
Four more days of increasingly stupid,
yes,
ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Never all over again.
Yes. But because Paint Chips couldn't handle himself, this disgraced Staten Island lawyer who once proposed trial by combat to resolve a legal dispute, he hasn't been paid for his campaign work he did in 2017. What do you mean? Well, as much as he likes to claim that he is one of these die-hard Republicans, don't be fooled. He's not. Because the city councilwoman Camilla Hanks, Democrat, Staten Island, and Kevin Barry Love owe him more than $86,000 for work he did on her failed 2017 city council campaign. Well, what exactly would that mean? Well, the work included creating a fake Facebook page. Does that sound familiar? Fake Facebook page against Hanks and then rival Debbie Rose, who won the election according to Manhattan Supreme Court. What? A Manhattan Supreme Court lawsuit? Hanks was elected in 21. She did not respond to a message. Well, and of course, Paint Chips Love vehemently denied the allegations, calling them an outrageous, vulgar lie. I never offered, discussed, or had any knowledge or involvement of any of Paint Chip's crimes. He has done this to many others. Missing from his lawsuit is not a single piece of evidence other than the rantings of a mentally ill man. He said, the statement added, I intend to seek damages for this fraud. Interesting, isn't it? And this is from Amanda Farnici Gonzalez. She is the one that covered the old Paint Chips right here. Yeah. There he is. Yeah, he thinks he's funny. He thinks he's slick. He does not understand that. Use those things. Yeah, you should be seeing more of that. You should be seeing more of that from old paint chips. And of course, we also have Shifter Brains. I thought for sure with his tough talk, he would have a deep, gravelly voice, but no, he has the weak, weenie voice. It's okay.
Squeeze my hog.
It'll be all right. He doesn't mind it one single bit because he is a special kind of guy. It's okay. It's okay if you have a weak voice. Nobody minds, especially whenever you get that little bit of lisp in there. I mean, there's a reason why I go to Miami, and it isn't for the ladies. I will tell you. I show up there just so I can get a little bit of special action that I just can't get in my little hometown of Naples, Florida. Because I like to be a special. I used to roughhouse with the big boys. Don't mind me because I'm special, and it's not my fault. I like the lady boys. Hey, no, I don't know that for a fact, but I can tell you something's a little off about him. Already had a pickle inserted. Well, Megan, but shame on you. Oh, hey, Rogue Mama, how's it going? He looks like the penguin. Well, except penguin would, have some intelligence. Penguins are pretty damn smart. Oh, and that's only a small part of what I've got about him. But old paint chips. No. See, paint chips has been dabbling around. He has, and I'm pretty sure that Tug talked about this the other night. He's involved in not one but 2 lawsuits. One of them, he came in and decided he was going to be a reporter. Do you know what this reporter was doing? Well, it seems to be a very common theme inside this little group of ANTI-WTH group. And I noticed this pretty early on that you've got this group of people that like to insert themselves into the lawsuit, because the way that they can get your information, as we're going to show, the way they get to your information is by getting you involved in a lawsuit. And then whenever disclosure comes out, and this is why I think Randy might have been a little bit hesitant about giving away what Jeremy's business contacts were at the time, because all of these people like to find out who you're doing business with. And then they'll dox you. They'll dox the business. They'll reach out to them. They will harass the businesses to get you to not have any sort of way of making income. This is the move. This is the play. It's a pretty shady way of doing it, but they make sure that they do it in such a way that it looks legal on paper, and you're just making up conspiracies as you go along. But if they can get themselves interjected into a lawsuit, that's what their plan is. Get inside the lawsuit. Once they're inside the lawsuit, as soon as discovery comes out, unless you ask for it to be sealed. And then you can also do sanctions on top of that. So if they decide to disclose that information, that then they can be held liable, which means they could serve prison time, which also means that they could get in much deeper trouble, much deeper trouble than you know. Now, if you do any sort of searching on this, you'll find that whenever a person uses the information that comes in through an attorney, not only is the attorney going to be held liable, but anybody that's involved in that will be held liable. That right there is not a path that they want to be walking down. but they don't care. They will do it anyway. See, because then the damage is already being done. Then they've got a whole group of people that are out there causing more problems. It prolongs the proceedings. It makes the lawsuit last longer. So what you do is you paper the case, and then whenever discovery has to be turned over, if the court does its job, somehow I doubt the court will do anything. Well, that's the thing, Megan. That's the beauty of it, is you have to proactively file those. Before you turn those kinds of things over, you have to file motions for that. You have to get the protective orders put in place, Megan. That is the beauty of a lawsuit like this. You get those protection orders in there, and you make sure that it's worded very well. So whenever the time comes for those documents to be released, that nobody can have access to them. Those would be personal documents. Those would be things like financials. Nobody would have access to it. Now, they could try that on their side too, but the only problem is they're going to have a hard time doing it if they are doing shady things. Because that right there will hammer them. So watch it. Just watch and see what happens. Watch and see how fast that they don't start following those little motions saying, oh, look, we can make sure they can't see anything. But see, the court is limited on what they can show, and what they can talk about, and what they can say. What the hell is the BBB handed? No discovery at all? None, of course. Why would he? He has no reason to, because he's not involved in the case. See, that's the beauty of it. As much as you like to have BBB involved in the case, he is not part of the case. All he is a LARPer thinking that he's an attorney. He is no different than Bubbles. Bubbles is no different than Paint Chips. Paint Chips is no different than Volman. It's just no different than John Cook or Lynette Preston. No different. Can I get a footprint? Oh, Ted, no, you cannot get a footprint. Those footprints are reserved for the big super chats, but you can get a star in some lightning. Yeah, we keep those whole back. Those are really special footprints right there. We keep those well hidden. The only person that can get those is that lovely lady that gave those to me. She will be the one that she could super chat any amount and she would get one. But yeah, you definitely get a star. Thank you so much, Ted. You'll get a footprint eventually. It'll happen. Did a thunderclap. MRSA infection. Yeah. No, it's quite crazy the kind of shenanigans that they're pulling. And this is not uncommon for them to do this kind of thing. You have to remember the kind of people that they are. The kind of people that they are is looking to cause problems. Ted, okay, you'll get a footprint. How's this? Oh my!
Squeeze my heart.
And get a nice big thunderclap. Yes, you get a footprint. On it. Thank you, Ted. We keep those reserved. We keep those reserved for very special occasions, and we have to be very careful about where we place them because we got to have them. They got to make a nice little pattern. Right now, got them walking over my forehead like that. Thank you so much, Ted. I appreciate you. And you're awesome. You're awesome. And also, Ted can have one on me. See, I have my favorites. See, she would have given you one anyway. And you got, yeah. Thank you. Oh, you're so nice there. Then she gets one, of course, because she's an absolute sweetheart. She is the one that sent these things over. So she gets to choose. Oh, yeah, right there. Got it right there. Another footprint, just walking right across. Thank you very much, love. You're wonderful. Thank you. Oh, the dark side will get it in the end. Oh, Robert Ward. Oh, we will keep you fired up right here. Right here. Right here. We'll keep you fired up. Well, let's see. We got to put another one right there. Got one right there. It's standing behind it. It's one-legged man. He's great. Your mama in 1987 or 5977. Official new name, Dickie the paint chipping eating twerking penguin. God, you guys are brutal. Shame on you for that. Oh, you're just racist. Yes, he is a paint eating penguin, but I will tell you that it gets much, much more interesting. I was getting ready to pull up a nice little document here just to show you the kind of stuff that he likes to get himself into. And it's very important to see. Where did it go? That's not right. I thought I had it right there. Where did I put it? Is it here? Ah, yes, it is. There it is. So there's a very important one here. Okay. And I want to show this one to you because I found this one just by looking around, and it was this particular one that caught my eye that really made me think, what in the hell is going on? What is that? Yes. Okay. So let me go ahead and remove this one here, and I'm going to give you a nice little dose of this particular one because it is quite important to see. And this has to do with a different lawsuit altogether. Okay. So just so you're ready, let me pull that up, and here we go. This case right here is in the Middle District of Florida. Now, the plaintiff, no Shiravan's motion to amend Second Amendment case management scheduling order moves this court for an order amending the Second Court amendment case management scheduling because is this the correct one? After a discovery hearing, the court entered its Second Amendment case management on the order court moved for dispositive. Daubert motions. Lead counsel for Novasherian in this matter is Chipata. Currently, Novasherian memorandum law. Oh, I got the wrong one. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Let me get the right one. I thought I had the right one. Give me just a quick second. This one is quite damned important, and I wanted to make sure. Yes, it's this one right here. This one right here. Very important document. And I wanted you guys to see this one. All right. This particular one right here. This is a motion for out-of-state non-party witness to appear. And where it becomes interesting is the defendant, Patrick Traynor, filed a motion seeking Rule 11 sanctions against Noah Shavarian. Traynor's Rule 11 centers around multiple non-parties. And where it comes down to is actively worked with Joseph A. Camp to interfere with Noah Shavarian's ability to defend himself and bring his claims. Noah Shavarian claimed that the center of the conspiracy, Jerome Couture, Traynor provided expert witness reports to Camp and Paint Chips. Both Camp and Paint Chips utilized these expert witness reports for improper purposes, including witness intimidation and harassment. This case presents issues, communications that have occurred in multiple states throughout the United States of America by non-party witnesses with various residency throughout the same to facilitate and ease the financial burden and onerous time consumption of last-minute travel on out-of-state non-party witnesses. He requests he allows non-party witnesses out-of-state non-party witnesses to appear remotely by electronic means. All of these witnesses will agree that they will neither record, photograph, broadcast, nor otherwise capture any audio, video, or image from any aspect of my remote appearance. They will further agree not to transmit nor permit the transmittal of any audio, video, or image or any aspect of my remote appearance to any third party. Wherefore, he respectfully requests that the court grant this motion. Now, this is where it gets really touchy, because although he got that motion granted for him, well, Paint Chips wasn't happy with that. No. No, see, Paint Chips wasn't happy with that. And let me explain why. Because Paint Chips decided to file a lawsuit against this same person. He had to find a reason to file some sort of lawsuit against him. And in doing so, inside of his pleadings, he goes into this crap here, which is just basically giving a bunch of whining and crying garbage, saying that he's been accused of PDF file stuff, jurisdiction and venue, $75,000, going after this guy, going after him again and again and again. Okay. Now, I'm not saying No Shavarian is any angel by any way, shape, or form. I don't know the guy personally, and it doesn't really matter to me. What I'm showing is what he decided to do. Inside of this, there's actual defamatory statements, documents, things that were sent, witness reports talking about his dealings with Paint Chips, talking about his fear for his life, talking about his worries with medical health care provider. That's because of the amount of stress. All of that stuff being brought in his new lawsuit. Because, well, it's a different lawsuit altogether. So why can't he talk about it? Why can't he bring it up? I mean, I'm going to be suing the guy for all kinds of money. Why don't I just dig up all the dirt I possibly can, maybe even make up a few things along the way, and sue him? And if you think it's a small amount that he's suing him for, oh, no. Because as you can see, all of this right here is just him going on the attack. Him trying to bring up all the information that he learned inside of this. And all that he wants out of this, just a measly amount of $5 million and punitive damages of $15 million. Do you see the kind of people that you're dealing with? Do you think these are good, kind people? Do you think that they're going to lay off whenever they get an opportunity, that they're going to chill out, that they're going to say, oh no, woe is me? No, they dig their heels in and then go for it even more. That's the kind of people they are. Very dangerous to deal with. Now, with that filing, and I could go over his entire lawsuit, but I think that it goes into the realm of being a frivolous lawsuit, attacking somebody, making up stories, as he's been known to do. You're talking about somebody that has been diagnosed as bipolar. Yeah. Somebody that probably should be on medications, and drinking alcohol really doesn't help those medications very much now, does it? But he thinks he's in the right. Well, Well, Paint Shep, as I don't think that you are in the right in anything, I've come to believe that you have a day of reckoning to come to. A pretty nice one, if I might say. Enjoy.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Whiz, Nut.
An open letter to Paint Shep, master of the paper tiger. Dear Paint Shep, congratulations on once again that proving a JD can indeed be a very expensive toilet paper holder. I see you've been busy cobbling together another carnival of copy-paste filings, propping yourself up as the poor, beleaguered champion of justice while everyone else shakes their heads and mutters, "This guy again?" I've already dragged you through the mud once last week, but what can I say? You keep begging for encores like a karaoke singer who's 2 whiskeys sour away from thinking that Bon Jovi still slaps. So grab your ankles if you can still find them, Paint Shep. This one's gonna sting. Let's grab something really clear. You're not a crusader. You're not a white knight. You're not even a halfway competent antagonist. What you are is a hollow, self-serving grievance merchant whose entire strategy boils down to screaming, "Victim!" louder than anyone else in the room while holding the dagger you already plunged into somebody else's back. You are dragging out psychological evaluation as courtroom props. It might have impressed your echo chamber, but for anyone with 2 neurons to rub together, it's transparent. You wave around someone's trauma like a human trophy and then clutch your pearls when people point out the obvious. You are the problem. You have the mental issues. You don't care about their well-being. You care about weaponizing their pain to insulate yourself from consequences, and that's not advocacy, it's exploitation. Dressed up in a cheap suit with a bow tie and a greasy comb-over. You might puff out your chest, which is pretty easy to do, moobs, and recite legal jargon like it's a bedtime story, but the reality, you've already worn the shiny bracelets and had your mugshot tour, wire fraud, identity theft, fraudulent schemes so sloppy they'd make a Nigerian prince blush. Well, let's not forget that cute little episode where you pretended to be your own opponent in a lawsuit because, hey, if no one will fight you, why not fight yourself, right? That's the genius strategy we're working on here. Sue your own sock puppet, create fake enemies, then play the hero when you beat them. Well, bravo, truly. You should have a trophy cabinet full of participation ribbons. Then there's your little sock puppet armies. Oh yes, we know about those. The endless parade of fake profiles, burner accounts, anonymous rants. You shout coward at your enemies while hiding behind 7 layers of anonymity, like a teenager flaming people on Xbox Live. You love to pretend you're this lone crusader bravely speaking truth to power, but the second someone claps back, poof, you vanish behind yet another little fake name, crying about harassment while simultaneously doxing, smearing, and stalking the very people you claim are attacking you. Well, let's talk about your favorite move, the volume over value approach. Filing after filing, attachment after attachment, like a toddler stacking blocks and thinking that it's architecture. Newsflash, dumbass. Stuffing irrelevant exhibits into documents doesn't make your case stronger. It makes it louder, dumber, and more desperate. You're not building an argument, you're building a landfill, and we can all see and smell it. You love to scream defamation while running your own little whisper campaigns. You cry about harassment while pushing your flying monkeys to poke, prod, and smear anyone who doesn't kiss your ring. Your entire operation is a case study in projection. Every accusation you fling is a mirror you're too cowardly to look into. And it's not just cheap, son. It's cowardly. But then again, cowardice is basically your entire foundation. Every time you scream about defamation while spreading your own lies behind sock accounts, every time you cry harassment while whispering in the back channels to orchestrate behavior that is unethical, that you later pretend to be a victim of, while slathering your own filings in the kind of gutter tactics that would make even a mob lawyer wince, you prove over and over again that your mother wished she would have swallowed. You can screech all day about how brilliant you are with the law, but the facts are cold and hard. You've been disbarred. You are no longer licensed to practice law because the actual legal community got tired of your bullshit carnival act and punted your happy little ass to the sidelines where you belong. But does that stop you? Of course not. You're like a washed up Vegas magician still pulling scarves out of a hat. You just keep pretending the show's not over. And it did end quite some time ago for you. Let's be clear. Your sheer unrelenting hypocrisy, you love to slap the ethics label on everything you do. Well, let's pull the receipts. You accuse others of criminal conduct while actively conspiring to break the law yourself. You decry harassment while gleefully piling onto smear campaigns. You shout about transparency while operating entirely in the shadows. You cry foul about defamation while vomiting out the most libelous filth you can muster, then clutch your pearls as you probably were on a pearl necklace and whimper, "I'm being targeted." Well, you take a shot to the face every so often. The moment someone points out your lies, you're stuck in an endless loop of your own design. A hamster on a wheel of failure. You're too stubborn and too stupid to realize you're not going anywhere. What is the funniest of all? Oh, no matter how much paper you throw, no matter how many tantrums you stage, the pattern is always the same. You lose over and over. Courtrooms, comment sections, even in your own circle. Every move you make exposes you as a man wildly out of his depth, thrashing around for relevance while the tide keeps just pulling you under. So here's the thought. Maybe, just maybe, it's time to put down the pen, step away from the keyboard, take a long, hard look at the common denominator in all your lawsuits, feuds, and spectacular flops. It's you. Every single time. You are the architect of your own downfall, the grand designer of your own disgrace. And until you face that, you're destined to keep playing this sad, tired game while the rest of us sit back, grab the popcorn, and watch you unravel in real time. But hey, thanks for the laughs. You might be a disaster. But damn, if you're not an entertaining one, keep those filings coming, Paint Chip. The more rope you give yourself, the more creative the knots. Cordially yours, the guy you wish you were wrong, but never is. Shizzy Wisnut. Riding the short bus straight through your delusions, Velcro shoes and all. Say hello to your daddy.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy Wisnut.
Oh my. Wouldn't you? Who cares what stupid Dave says? That guy is so childish. Getting tired. I say good night. Oh, you haven't stuck around for the most entertaining part of the evening, where we dig into bubbles. Bravo. That was a wonderful one. Thank you. Thank you. I like to keep them coming. Sounds kinky, but not true. Okay. So this dropped on Shara's video. And I said it at the time that it came out. What was in those filings that she showed? What was in all of that she showed that had them so scared and so worried? Because I didn't get a chance to watch it. But what was it that had them so scared and so worried that they didn't want it shown? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Makes you wonder what all was thrown out there when paint chips twirled. Well, I think he was excited about it, Dose. I don't let him fool you. It's just he likes to milk it. Yep, not he. Shame on you, brother. Shame on you. Get you for this, sir. Sweet dreams I have, my faves. You have good rest. We have this wonderful piece of documentation that came in, and this would be, and I'm sure that everybody has seen, it's been passed around more than Bruce on a Wednesday evening, because he does like to get up and sing. Here's an idea. If you had some balls, son, you'd know how to sing. You'd know how to grasp a hold of that microphone and hold it like it was, never mind, initial SRS initial. Well, SRS signed this right here. If all is paid, this equals $4,500. The total to be paid will be $4,500 to Scott Starkey, and the said monthly payments as prescribed here for 9 months. Now, whenever you see that, it reads like they're going to be paying $4,500 9 months. Like, this is really shitty writing. Because what it's saying is every month you're going to be paying $4,500. This is a flat fee retainer, and all litigation expenses would be the client's responsibility. Really? Would it be the client's responsibility? The so-called contract guilty lies in jail. Lyndon, I don't know. That could be jail, but I will tell you,
Squeeze my heart.
And we'll find out, because that is always a possibility. That could get him in a lot of trouble. Stark's depot said he charged $3,000. Well, semantics, it's one of those things that you have to really pay attention to. Thank you, Lyndon. I appreciate the super chat. Stark's depot. Stark said he charged $3,000. Well, there's a percentage that Bruce is going to get out of this. Scott and Mr. Deucey Foreskin will be co-counsel to Michelle P. Well, it's actually Lynette, but although Scott will appear in U.S. District Court, Northern District, Florida. What happened? What happened that Scott didn't show up in district court as litigation counsel of record for Piton? And I will be signing all filings, whereas I will be a non-appearing co-counsel. Did Scott Stark agree to this? Well, Ducey will do as much of the writing as possible, and of course, Scotty can take my drafts and revise as he sees fit and feels comfortable, since it will be his filing. It has the final say on everything that his name will be signed to. The main point is Mr. Ducey will be a contributor. It's unfortunate that his daddy was a contributor. It's just his mother didn't swallow. Mr. Busey Manskin will be an out-of-court legal spokesman for what? Out-of-court legal spokesperson? Why would anybody need an out-of-court legal spokesperson? I will be the one who appears on the webcasts. Look at my face. It's so special. To speak about the case on behalf of our team and take calls from any media. Any media. Oh, I'm sure they were just knocking down your door to talk about a defamation case. I am sure that they were just knocking down your door. Come help me. Come help me. Oh, give me a story. No, you were knocking down all of media's door. You wanted everyone, Bubbles, to cover this case. You wanted everyone to talk about you and your macaroni and cheese. I mean, it's not my fault that you eat something that tastes and smells like rotted Fermunda, but hey, that's your choice. Of course, you wouldn't know what good macaroni and cheese is outside of your own little, like, echo chamber, but hey, it's not my fault. And take calls from any media. Give statements. Well, you made plenty of statements. Yeah. You even prepare press releases, huh? What press have you done? Are you talking about the press releases you're doing with paint chips and foaming? Those are really talented press pieces. Really, no impartiality there. They're actually doing the job of a journalist. I couldn't even tell you who in the hell George was. I don't know who that guy is. You that stupid, or you just didn't research it that much? All in consultation with Scott. Well, I wonder how much Scott actually consulted with you. That's a really curious question. How much did Scott actually consult with you? Or did you even consult with Scott? Or did you just tell him what to do? That would be the curious question for everyone. Did you tell Scott what he was going to do? You're more of the manager of this whole screw up. The manager of the whole anti-what-the-hell's ecosystem, because you just wanted to bring one person down. You can't stand the fact that one person has become successful. And here you are scraping breadcrumbs because you can't do the work, because you're hitting the devil's lettuce. I've seen more work out of a meth head than I've seen out of Bubbles. Everyone in this case legal team will be able to contribute as much as possible. This involves strategy in the case. Legal team? What kind of legal team are you talking about? There's a legal team? I mean, to me, it sounds just like one moron with a keyboard and a webcam that files frivolous bull crap and then wants to bail the minute that he realizes there's no settlement. This is par for the course for you, Bubbles. This is par for the course that you do this. You need to quit this. So I'm getting the moves. Busy. Almost said busty. Need to quit that. So I'm getting the moves. Shame on you, Yama. Everyone on his legal team will be able to contribute as much as possible. This involves strategy in the case. Wow. Now I want to give a shout out to Shara's video. We'll probably pull that up a little bit later. Maybe later this week. But I will tell you that Shara has a bunch of their conversations in there. A lot of things that were being said back and forth between all of them. And this is only tip of the iceberg. This right here was at the very, very end of that. But watch the whole thing. Watch it twice, maybe 3 or 4 times. Really give that thing some showing. The representation includes defending the claims filed by HVP. Did Scott Stark do any of this to help out? I don't think Scott wanted to have anything to do with it after he saw how bad the thumbnail case went, how bad the trespass case went, and how bad everything else seems to be going. But hey, Lynette, it gets much better. I would suggest you pay really close attention to this. Like, you might want to watch this stream twice, especially this part. And you get to find out the kind of people that wanted to really get in your pocketbook. Filings, prosecutions, counterclaims, the duration is until settlement or the end of litigation. However that comes, dismissal, judgment after the trial. It does not include appeals. Well, yeah, because you usually want to have an appeal attorney do appeals, moron. If there is a settlement along the way involving payment to the PP, there would be a 40% contingency fee. Wow. Already looking for the payment. Already looking for the money. It's going to be so big. I'm going to make so much money off of it. It'll keep me afloat for just a little while longer so I can make a house payment. So my wife doesn't have to work as hard in her yoga classes. And filing, prosecuting counterclaims, the duration is until settlement or end of litigation. However that comes, dismissal, judgment after trial, does not include appeals. If there's a settlement along the way involving payment, there would be a 40% contingency fee. So what about the money that the Kinkle twins have been raising on behalf of her? They just handing that all over to you and then lying to her about how much money that is coming in? Well, here's your 60%. So for every $10 that you get 2. Because we have to take our payments too. The contingency fee would be split 70 to Scott. What? Contingency 70 to Scott? So there's a 40% contingency fee, and then the contingency fee would be split between Scott and Ducey, with Scotty giving credit for the $4,500. So that money that you got, Scotty, you're going to have to pay that back. Oh, yeah. Oh, Brucey. Weird, huh? If there's a judgment award and collected, the same percentages apply. But if there is a separate award for attorney's fees, the amount of such award would offset that amount coming all over your face. From the client's awarded damages, if an attorney fee is awarded this amount higher than 40% of the damages awarded to the clients, it would mean zero money comes out of the damages awarded to the clients. Well, here's the thing: if they're not getting paid, but say there was some sort of settlement, and we all know that he's not going to settle, but imagine that there was a settlement and they didn't include attorney's fees. How much of that money does she get? Just barely over half. I've seen ambulance chasers take less money. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty dark right there. Well, the scope of Scott's service currently is to represent you in all aspects of this case, including all portions of this case. Oh, so that means that this is just a portion of the case, because you're not going to stop, are you, Bubbles? Oh, you're just throwing your hand out there. This is just the first portion of it, because once we get that money and we start getting the money train rolling in, boy, we're going to be going for the throat. We're going to file more lawsuits. We don't care. They're going to be frivolous. This includes any other filings of this case in the Florida Federal Attorney Portal. What? Any other filings? Does that so basically he's saying that Scott is agreeing to represent her already. Wow. What a nice plan. So what you're saying is Scott agreed to this in this filing right here. You're saying that Scott is going to represent her in the federal case. So was that the plan all along? Is that why Scott is in hiding right now? He's got to go get his heart surgery in his eyes. How's he going to be able to handle a federal case? Because from what I saw, this was the Northern District, and oh my gosh, this is going to get crazy, isn't it? Because that means he's going to represent her in both cases. That's what you signed up for, Scott, for the measly amount of $4,500. Hope that mailbox is good. I will review the case materials out there. Oh, really? You're going to review them and then give marching orders to Scott. All trial proceedings regarding this case, including all filings, trial date is to be announced later. All subsequent filings regarding this case are on the Florida Federal Attorney Portal. This is how attorneys file all case proceedings. I'm so smart I figured this out. Thank you for selecting my law firm to hopefully represent you in this matter. I also wish to set forth our proposed agreement as to payment of my fees. May send you pleadings, may send you some documents, some correspondence, or other information throughout this case. All you got to do is look at it, sign off on it, your name's on it. Screw you. Well, these copies will be your file copies. Well, just please retain them. I will also keep that information in a file in my office, which will be my file. I'll mind my precious. Please bring a copy of your file to all meetings that you have with me on. When I've completed all the necessary legal work, I'll close my file and you can fuck off. That's spelled F-O-O-K. I have included a copy of this letter for your service, and hey, tell you what, sign this, send me $1,800 via this Square card system, and call Scott's assistants to make that down payment. Also, please fill out the attached form, full and signed along with the contract. Now, we don't have to see the contract to know that this is a screwed up situation. My son used to try to scare me that he was going to hold his breath until he died. I'm like, dummy, as soon as you pass out, you start breathing again. So go for it. I'm talking about pulling teeth to get dentures, but now I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, I will tell you that the garbage that Bubbles has been pulling is going to come back to bite him. Nobody seems to understand how damning this is. Telling people that Scott now is representing Lynette in a federal case. Signed off on it. It's already been paid for. So she has an attorney. Makes you wonder, how's Scott Stark going to pay for those sanctions? Better hope that they don't really dig into whatever doctor's letter that you're going to be getting there, Scott. Because if the court digs into it, what are they going to find? What is that paperwork going to show? I don't need to know. But what is the court going to see? I don't care about your personal medical records because I'm sure those could be protected, which that's what they're hoping for, is that those medical records will be protected. So the rest of the world won't get to see it, but we will get to see what you get sanctioned for. How's it working out for you there, Scotty? How's that all working out? How's it going for old Bubbles? I mean, has he stopped long enough of hitting the devil's lettuce to actually do some real lawyering? How about that lawsuit that you're involved in now? Have you responded yet? Because you were so anxious to get served. You were so anxious to hop on the gravy train. I mean, hell, you were able to dump off like 4 filings right after one another. All of a sudden, you're having a hard time fabricating a good story to tell the judge to paper the court just a little bit more. I guess you're sort of waiting to see what happens with those sanctions, aren't you? Because if the judge sees the kind of things that you actually file, that judge might have a little bit to say to you. Maybe you'd get Paint Chips to write it for you. He seems to be a freaking brainiac that couldn't keep his ass out of federal pen. Yeah. Or the same kind of guy that got himself disbarred. You have to remember, these are the kind of people that you're trusting, Lynette. You're trusting some of the worst bottom feeders. How does that make you feel, Lynette? Does it make you feel special? Well, I'll tell you what. I've got a letter for all of you in that brain trust there. And it's going to hopefully open your eyes, Lynette. I hope that you look at it. I hope that you understand these are the people. These are the people that you put your faith in. I hope it works out for you.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
An open letter to all. That didn't work. There we go. An open letter to the ANTI-WTH's Brain Trust. The return of BBB. Same old loser. Brand new scam. Dear ANTI-WTH's echo chamber. You thought your fearless legal strategist was down for the count after getting wrecked in court, sanctioned, mocked, and tossed aside like a damp roach. But nope, BBB has rolled himself a fat new plan. And now expose her in, well. Imagine my total lack of surprise when Shara, your favorite former ally and now exposer-in-chief, dropped the receipt showing your precious BBB crawling back to his natural habitat, hiding behind another lawyer while still trying to run the circus from backstage. A scheme so laughably desperate it makes his previous screw-ups look almost dignified, but no. BBB has rolled himself a fat new plan, and thanks to Shara's surgical level expose, we now know the full depths of his next half-baked disaster. Let's break it down real slow for you of those that are still busy learning how to tie your shoes. I recommend Velcro. It handles it so much better. BBB, aka Captain Blunt Rotation, still not using this name because frankly we don't reward that level of failure. A sanctions history longer than a CVS report, and the permanent glaze of a guy who hotboxed his car before logging onto Zoom. Yes, the same guy who got sanctioned by the court for his unhinged antics, and bailed like a coward when the time came to face the music is now, wait for it, tried to reinvent himself as a non-appearing co-counsel. You can practically smell the desperation through the PDF. Oh, and partnering with Scott Stark, who, if he has even one functioning brain cell, must have drawn the short straw of doom to get tied up with this disaster in human form. Yeah, Stark's name goes on all the filings. Lucky him. And BBB, well, he gets to do what he does best. Behind the scenes slimeball shit, like drafting motions riddled with typos, legal fantasy, and half-baked threats. Oh, you read that right. The guy who couldn't even stay in the courtroom without causing a meltdown is now your official voice to the world. Press releases, podcasts, media statements, because who wouldn't want their message delivered by a disbarred, disgraced, self-important stoner? Scott Stark, a lawyer, either brave, broke, or blissfully unaware of the human disaster he just hitched his wagon to, gets to clean up the mess and sign off on it. And it's all over his face. Because, hey, what's friendship if you don't get dragged into a disciplinary committee hearing together? Oh, now here's the comedy gold. Stark is getting a $4,500 flat retainer fee, which is basically chump change for a federal case that's already a smoking dumpster fire. And all the expenses are now dumped on the client. That's right, Lynette, on your happy ass, who, let's be honest, is broke enough to be crowdfunding her cat's vet bills, has come to foot every last litigation expense, plus a 40% contingency fee if any miracle settlement comes through. Ain't gonna happen. Even better, BBB gets 30% of that amount. Because naturally, he's gonna wet his beak after all that work he plans to dump on Stark. Lynette, honey, did you read this thing? You're broke enough to beg for GoFundMe crumbs, and these two legal Einsteins are setting you up to burn through cash before you even hit discovery. They set you up to lose. And then we must add the slap to Lynette's toothless face. If by some miracle the case settles, they're slapping a 40% contingency fee, right? That's nearly half of anything you might stumble into winning. Poof, gone. And don't think BBB's not licking his lips at that 30% cut of that pipe dream payday. Don't worry, if attorney's fees are awarded, they'll kindly deduct that from your settlement before they plunder the rest. How freaking generous. Let's talk about BBB's media skills. Now, this is the same guy who's your media voice. He's the one you're putting out there in front to give statements and prepare press releases. Newsflash, the man can't string together two coherent sentences with sounding like a cross between a paranoid conspiracy theorist and that weird dude ranting at the bus stop. And just when you thought he'd faded into oblivion, he pops back up, forced to appear live on Zoom for a judicial committee hearing. Oh yes, that happened. There he was, looking like a sweaty used car salesman who just got caught cooking the books, blabbering on while the committee politely listened, and we all know how that's going to end. Another round of professional humiliation. Right on cue. And it's actually painful to watch. BBB, a man who once dreamed of being taken seriously in the legal world, is now reduced to drafting pleadings on behalf of Lynette Preston, someone who's more famous for her GoFundMe grifts than any legal milestone. He's basically the legal version of that washed-up roadie who tells bar stories about the glory days while dragging chords behind real musicians. Oh, and let's not forget BBB's stellar track record with media strategy. This is the same genius who thought it was a good idea to spam YouTubers with emails bragging about his mac and cheese lawsuit. Yes, the one that got him sanctioned and laughed out of court, and who openly admitted he wanted to build an anti-what-the-hell's media ecosystem. Because nothing says good legal judgment like confessing your smear campaign in writing. And while he's juggling all of this, BBB is still clinging to that stoner lifestyle. He's dropping legal filings like he's halfway through a Snoop Dogg concert and then wondering why his deadlines keep going sideways. Lynette, I don't know who gave you the idea that this was a winning strategy. But when your legal team is literally two guys who look like they were plucked out of a late night infomercial for We Sue Because We Care, you might want to rethink some of your life choices. So let's break down some of his latest hits. Used every excuse in the book to dodge court, whining about bias and harassment while the judge swatted down his motions like a cat with a laser pointer. Famously failed to show up at a sanctions hearing, forcing the court to order him to explain himself like a naughty little boy. Filed a motion to vacate magistrate consent, rambling about fear of arrest and chilled accuracy, while somehow forgetting the simple truth. He's the one who kept screwing up. Oh, and Stark, buddy, good luck. You just tied yourself to a guy whose claim to fame is getting spanked by multiple judges, who treats the law like choose-your-own-adventure novel. Every motion he drafts is a ticking time bomb of procedural fail, and your name's the one going on it. I hope that $4,500 buys you a lot of Maylocks, because you're going to need it, sir. Let's not forget that BBB's last stint included obsessing over mac and cheese lawsuits, trying to con YouTubers into coverage, launching a coordinated smear campaign he bragged about, and writing his legal legacy as a tangled mess of frivolous filings, YouTube rants, and courtroom losses so bad they should be used in law school as cautionary tales. Now he's back, same scam, different day. To sum it up, this contract is a pathetic attempt by BBB to stay relevant, steal some spotlight, and suck up every dime he can out of a case that's already circling the drain. It's a disaster for Lynette, a gamble for Stark, and a guaranteed train wreck for anyone dumb enough to think that BBB is a secret weapon. But hey, keep telling yourselves you're winning. The rest of us, we're just here with popcorn. Watch you clowns crash and burn. He'll be somewhere in his mom's basement puffing away and convincing himself that this time he's the hero. But by all means, keep pretending you're playing 5D chess while the rest of us are watching you fail at Connect 4. With deepest insincerity and a hearty laugh at your expense, yours in total disbelief of how bad you are all at this, Shizzy Wiznut, still wearing the Velcro shoes, still on the short bus, but somehow still better looking than your whole team.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy Wiznut.
Applesauce. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love this. I know. I hope you guys do appreciate it. It's fun. It's fun. Doing the little roasts are just glorious. But I do question, and that's reasoning behind all of this, knowing how much money that she's not going to be getting out of it. Because remember what 60% of nothing is, and you're still liable for all of the court fees. You heard that right, Lynette? I hope you understand this. I hope that this is very clear to you. And that little contract that was signed up, that those lawyers agreed to, that you agreed to, that was for you to pay all court costs. Doesn't include sanctions on BBB, but hey, I'm sure he'll get that money out of you any way that he possibly can. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Yeah, that's very true. I heard Lynette has a couple more GoFundMe accounts going again. Well, why not? She thinks her deluded mind that she's winning. Winning. Yeah, I will tell you that it is not winning whenever you're going to be paying all kinds of money. No, she's paying him $300 a month for a case that is already got Bruce sanctioned. You realize that, right? You are paying attention. I hope that everybody's paying close attention to this. This isn't about the other cases. Let me make it clear again, just in case you're missing this one little piece right here. Pay really close attention. This is United States District Court for the Northern Division, Florida. Do you understand? United States District Court, Northern Division, Florida, as litigation counsel of record for Preston. That's what this is. It's not for the other cases. This is something entirely different. This is showing that she already has an attorney that just hasn't filed anything yet. If not, then she's pro se. So is this an agreement that he's going to abide by? And Bruce can't. But he's asking to be co-counsel. I'm curious how this all works out. Because as you can see, this is United States District Court for Northern District of Florida. District Court. And this is just for representation, including defending the claims filed by Hales versus Preston and prosecuting counterclaims. Duration is until settlement or end of litigation, however that comes. Does not include appeals. You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Richard, for pointing that out. Thank you. Yeah. District Court. One single case. But there's also something in here that was very interesting. Thank you. She sent up Amazon gift requests for items to sell at her flea market room. Hey, nothing says I love you like buying things from Amazon and Temu. Because that's where you can really make some money. Buy some cheap brass balls, because you're going to need them in this place. Thank you very much. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you pointing that out. You're right. It's weird because that isn't the Veru said the fleas. Is there another contract for Crook? No, because it's never been about Crook. Is there a settlement along the way involving P? There would be a 40% judgment awarded and collected. Same percentages apply. Because you have to remember that this is for any case that comes out of this. And he wants to be non-appearing co-counsel. He's more interested in money than any of this. But it's interesting that he has in here Florida Federal Attorney Portal. Isn't it? Like he knew what was happening. I'm curious. No. There we go. I don't know. I'm confused because this contract says federal court, not the state court, but Stark's hiding from those cases. So who's to say he's shown up for federal court when no, this says district court is what it says, which would be it's really confusing. All of Bruce's filings along with everything that he does is very confusing. Therefore, my confusion. I do believe this contract was before the cases started back in 23. Yeah, but the cases have been going on quite some time. If it was state district court, it would say Florida. It would say Florida district court. It did. It did say Florida district court. That's what it says. Wait, what? District court is federal court system. U.S. district court is no, that would be a division. District court is state. Should see the document is from before Bruce got on the federal case. Yeah. This had to do with the other stuff. Those had to do with the other cases. You're right, Max. Absolutely. And Richard pointed it out. This is state court. State court. Breaking news. No, there's no breaking news. Can start practice in federal court. No, this is for district court. Different than the state court. I mean, different than the federal court. My mistake. Let me clear it up really quick so they can calm down. Stop blowing up. This is for U.S. District Court. Right there. See, right there. Richard is hitting it right. U.S. District Court, USDC. Thank you. Thank you, Richard. Again, thank you for helping. Okay, we're all good. Got it? You got it? We're straight. USFDC is something different than USDC. This is USDC. The document is for leaving court. Right. Oi. U.S. District Court is the trial level. No, it is not. It's state court. State court. United States District Court is for the Northern District of Florida as a federal court in the 11th Circuit except for patent claims. This is not the United States District Court. It is for the Florida State Court. Making Bruce liable in the thumbnail sanctions case. Yeah. Well, is it the thumbnail sanctions case or is it any other case? Who knows? Bruce has a hard time keeping things straight, and it can be very confusing. So if I'm confused, you're confused just as much as I'm confused, because this is how confusion works. Divide, conquer, slam your head into a brick wall, and then hopefully you were wearing a helmet whenever you did that, because then it would make more sense than his bullshit filing. Read point number 1 includes JH versus P. Yeah, we know that. We know it does. Like I said, it's very confusing the way that he files his stuff. The way that he writes a contract is very confusing. Like, I guess the best way of looking at it is he probably Googled how to write a contract and gave about halfway through. That would be my suggestion of what he did. Anyway, good night, everyone. You have a wonderful night. And of course, like I said, I can't tell if I'm wrong or not, but I believe I'm wrong. I think Richard has it completely right on that. Thank you, Richard, very much for that. I'm here. We can start now. Just J-Hip. It's not my fault that you're late and gay. It's not my problem. You can be like that however you want to be. It's okay. Just because you like getting touched in those special parts by a special kind of someone, it's not my fault. Shazay. Distracted. Yeah, I know. When it comes to proving the BBB just outed himself for being involved in a state case he has no right to be in. Well, Bruce's contract writing is what got him in trouble in Connecticut. Well, yeah. That's why I'm very concerned about the way that he files things. He hadn't applied for his Brohawk VJ at this time. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hey, I have to work around here. Well, it's not my fault that you got to find that someone special. You know what he'll do for you. You'll have yourself a sugar daddy before you know it. By the end of the night, all you got to do is just use the right lubricant. You'll be good to go. Make sure it's not all mentholated and stuff. Let's start the ticket for all of this bullshit, no matter what court. Yeah, Stark is going to be taking the hit for it. And of course, he will bring up this contract in all of this. But do you think that Bruce would actually pay part of those court fees for Stark's incompetence? Because his name is on it, and that's what Bubbles will tell him. Hey, your name's on that. And of course, Stark will say, but you wrote it, but you approved it. That's what the contract says. What do you think? Stark comes back and sues him? Do you think Stark will sue Bubbles for breach of contract? For writing a crappy contract? Yeah. Are we on at 8 a.m.? Well, I'll be on at 8 a.m. I start at 7 in the morning. Tempest, this is getting weird. Yeah, don't be weird. It says Bruce's co-counsel. Yeah, it does. But without ever having to show up. It is all meant to confuse you and the rest of the people. And it's easier, and I'll tell you, it's really easy to confuse me because I wear one of these and run around into walls. So how hard is it to confuse a dumbass like me? Imagine what happens with someone much smarter than me that likes to talk like a frog. But of course, they're so smart, they got this nailed down. You know how they is. Because that's how you do it. You get it all nailed down. You make it all special. I just got to show it again because it's so awesome. Just got to show it again because it just makes me laugh my ass off. Yep. Right there. Yeah. Makes it so much. Yeah, he's holding his hands like that, you know, because his cheeks got all worn out. I imagine. Bax, you have a wonderful night. I guarantee you there will be a nice, beautiful stream early in the wee hours of the morning. Everybody, I hope to see you very soon. Make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure if you're not subscribed that you subscribe. And wherever I end you, it's going to be glorious. I tell you, you will enjoy it more than anything ever. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread, I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy on your brain.
I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. Like count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Jundum will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.
That's